Welcome to Now That's Smokin'. I'm Kel Phelps, your host, bringing over 30 years of barbecue passion as publisher of Barbecue News Magazine and also managing partner now of the National Barbecue and Grilling Association. From my younger days on the competition circuit to helping lead the barbecue and grilling industry, I'm here to share some of the untold stories, spark plenty of laughs, and maybe even share a few tips or tricks you may not even know yet from some of the biggest names in the barbecue world. Join me as we take a deep dive into barbecue's heart and soul with the Now That's Smokin' interview series. Hey guys, welcome to Now That's Smokin' interview series. This is episode number 2 with our friend Al Frugoni. Al probably needs no introduction if you're a hardcore barbecue fan for sure, but for those that don't know, give you a little background, and I even got my little cheat sheet right here. But honored to have Al with us today, man. He is the master of the flame for sure. He's a guy that's taken the Argentinian live fire cooking to a whole nother level and brought it here to America. Not only is he a social media rock star, he is a rock star at any event he shows up to. He steals the show, and we're honored to have done a couple of shows with him this far, and looking forward to what's next for sure. But with that, man, hey, we want to welcome Al Frugoni to Now That Smokin' interview series, man. Appreciate it, Al. Appreciate you hanging with us, man.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for having me here too. How are you, Cal?
Yeah, we're good. We're good, man. Listen, you're a busy man, so it's been quite the path. I know you got a lot of trails left to work on, so we'll cut to the chase, man. We're gonna take a break real quick, but we'll get right back into it.
Hey there, barbecue lovers. Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Live Fire Experience. Hosted by NBBQA during the American Royal World Series of Barbecue on November 7, 8. Join us for a sizzling weekend filled with mouth-watering samples, expert tips, and tricks that will elevate your grilling game. Whether you're a seasoned pitmaster or just starting out, there's something for everyone. Don't miss this chance to connect with fellow BBQ enthusiasts and ignite your passion for outdoor cooking. We can't wait to see you there. Be sure to follow us for more exciting updates.
All right, here we are back from the quick break there, and Al Frugoni, my man, how are you, friend?
How are you, Cal? Doing great here in cold here in Texas summer.
Cold in Texas, so everything's cooling down a little bit.
No,
That's good to hear.
Yeah. How are you, Cal? Thanks again for
We're
having me.
good. We're good, man. Hey, listen, we appreciate you jumping on. Just real quick, man. How are things there since the storm? We know, for those of you who don't know, Al was his backyard is right in the middle of that river that flooded there. Went through Texas here a while back, but just checking in on you guys, man. How's everything now?
Well, it's I think time is gonna make everything better, but still, it's very sad what happened. Thankfully for us, we're high in the high ground. Well, we have literally the Guadalupe River here in our backyard, but again, me and my line of neighbors, we didn't get the water, but everything around us is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's very sad, but I think as a community, we're gonna move forward, and on time is gonna. It's not gonna fix anything, but it's gonna at least make it more. How you say it? I don't know how to say it. It's very
Just
sad.
livable, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
We did the same thing. We totally understand. We went through Helene here in our community, and so we totally understand that deal. But man, hearts with you guys still. I know there's a lot. When you ride around, things don't look the same, and it'll probably be a few years before it actually gets back to the same, if it does ever get back to the same. But man, we sure appreciate and applaud your efforts. We know you worked hard and raised a lot of funds, raised a lot of awareness, and got a ton of goods in from your social media followers. So all those guys who stepped up and sent in and sent stuff, man. We appreciate those guys for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Again, I don't wanna make it about me, but I'm gonna say only this. Thank you for everybody that donated DoorDash and money and everything. It meant a lot. All the people that called me during the process, thank you for being there. And again, my community here is to see how the community came together is pretty emotional. It's pretty intense, and yeah, it's like to say something nice about all the disaster that happened. I would mention that we had to tell the people, stop bringing meat, stop bringing, please, because we don't have more room on the cooler. So that was thank you to everybody that helped.
That's cool, man. That is cool. And that's the barbecue community too. I mean, we've been around this group for a while now, and I don't think there's another group like it. I mean, really and truly. So, but appreciate all those who did that. But so let's get into it, man. Let's get into who is Al Frugoni, man. Where are you from? Tell us all about your background and all that, man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to make it fast, but yeah, I was born and raised in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Buenos Aires is the capital. Argentina is the southern country in South America, not in Europe, not in Spain, but it's a beautiful country, a big country. It's the 8th largest country in the world. We have a lot of ranches, a lot of geographical diversity, is because it's a long country like that. So in the north, we have, for us, the north is hot, the south is cold, right? Because we are in the southern hemisphere. Right. When it's summer here, it's winter there. So it's quite different, but a lot of similarities with Texas, and not in the culture, but in the things that we like, right? In Argentina, it's a lot of friendly people, a lot of outdoor living, the barbecue, the asados. Again, it's a different culture, but the things that we like are the same. So yeah, that's where I grew up. So I married a Texan 25 years ago. I met her in Morocco, actually, my wife. And then since 2000 was when I met her. Since then, we live in Texas and Argentina, and our kids were born down in Argentina. But since then, my life has been between Texas and Argentina. We live there. We have family in both places. We have businesses in both places. So that's why kind of what I am, right? I'm an Argentinian with a lot of Texan influence. The biggest influence that a man can have is your wife. So, since then, I've been since then, like what I do in my content on my food or on my products is what I am, right? I'm a mix between these two cultures, so I try to show that. That's why it's so easy for me to to make the recipes, to mix the flavors, to make the techniques, and to those that my understanding, one of the most popular or delicious barbecue cultures in the world, right? The South American and American barbecue. I think the number, both are up there on the world, right?
Absolutely, man. And I think when we first met, I think I met you in might have been 2017, 2018, maybe in Texas and Fort Worth. You're doing some live fire stuff there at MBBQA, and oh my gosh, man! I know I grew up.
Nobody knew me by then, huh?
Yeah, oh man. I don't know, man. You started a whole revolution there, man. Everybody was out there wanting to get in the live fire deal. That you had the big cookers. Everybody wanted to cook on your rig. So I just remember that. But I remember, as I was a kid, man, we would cook over coals. We'd burn our wood down, shovel coals under it, and we did it as a lot different process. But the flavor profiles were the same. I mean, you were direct cooking right over, burnt down coals. And I don't, and me and Myron, I did Myron was the first interview, and that's the way he grew up with his dad cooking. And I don't, there's no way, or no cooking process different that you can duplicate that process, and duplicate that flavor profile from that type of cooking.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And yeah, and you said it correctly, right? This was invented a long time ago. So when people kind of tell me, no, you brought the open fires. No, dude, this has been around 10,000 years ago. Like we start cooking with fire
Yeah,
a long
right.
time ago, right? So yeah,
Right.
I think
Absolutely.
cooking, yeah, so cooking with fire, direct with coals, I think it's popular all across the world, right? Actually, here in the Texas Hill Country, they use a lot of coals. South Texas, they use a lot of open fire cooking too, right? Central Texas too. So
Right.
I think open fire, it was always here. I think what I do probably give more visibility, uh, but I think open fire has been here forever. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what started it all, no doubt, man. So let's talk about your heritage, man. Let's talk about what got you into the cooking deal when you were younger.
Well, that's a good question because it's a easy answer. Growing up in Argentina, that's not even a choice. You learn how to do open fire because asado culture in Argentina is so deeply rooted in our culture that again, it's not a choice. That's what we do all the time. Argentina is the number one country for beef consumption per capita. So we cook asados all the time. Not only asados, we have beef um, all the time. Like beef is not only on the barbecues, we eat beef is we eat meat with cottage pies, with milanesa that is schnitzers, and we always eat meat. Like again, I think Argentinian per capita we eat over 100 pounds a year per capita. That's counting vegetarians,
Okay.
vegans. Like we don't have a lot of those, but yeah. So we it's a very like the beef. We I think is one of the few countries that we have more cattle than people. Right? I think we are 40 million and
Okay.
we have 53 million cows. So also 80%. I think we're the sixth largest producer because we're not a big country on population, but 80% of what we produce, we eat it within in Argentina. So the culture of the asado in Argentina is huge, right? It's like it's cultural too, right? When you every single thing that you do to get together, like a birthday party, weddings, baptism, a game is on, right? Or any
Okay.
event is excuse to make an asado. Is the asado is always there. So me growing up, it's so natural, right? Every single weekend, if it's not your grandpa's house, it's your dad's house. So and then you start, right? I have my older brother that normally when my dad wasn't there, he took over. So I kind of like I had a late start. I think my first asado was when I was 15-year-old, and I did it with my friends, and that was like I still remember today. I felt so good. I don't remember what we cook honestly, but just for me being
Right.
there with my buddies and doing an asado for the first because it's kind of like okay now we're doing it as ourselves, right? It's like
Right.
it's like we became men at that time, right? And we were probably 15, I don't know, maybe 14.
It would be a lot.
I remember exactly the day. I remember exactly the situation of who were my friends in my house at that time. Yeah, so yeah, to answer your question, is not a choice. I've
I
been
hear
doing
you.
this forever, right?
I got you. My first experience cooking a brisket, my dog wouldn't even eat it, man. I mean, I burned it up so bad. I
Well,
mean,
I have something.
that thing,
Yeah, no, I have this thing with the brisket, dude. That I have my worst critic is my wife. She's a Texan, so I would never make a brisket good enough for her, right? It's always like, "Yeah, you're getting better, but Yeah, you're not there yet. And I was, damn it, dude. I got obsessed when
Hey,
I
good.
moved to when I finally moved and we stayed like 11 years ago. Got obsessed with brisket. I wanted to make it good, and yeah,
Right.
my worst critic there. I don't know. I kind
Hey,
of
well, listen, man. Here's hoping I'm around when you get it right. That she approves of it. All right.
yeah. I don't
I
know if that
definitely want
day's
to fight of
gonna
that.
come. I don't know if that day's gonna come, but yeah. Um,
Hey, good deal, man. Well, hey, we're gonna step away real quick, like take a little commercial break. We'll be right back.
From serious backyarders to caterers, food trucks, and restaurants, cookersandgrills.com builds custom barbecue pits to fit your needs. We're talking top-of-the-line smokers, grills, and mobile units. Custom built to your specs, finished right, and ready to feed any crowd. Cookersandgrills.com, where great barbecue begins.
Do you love barbecue? Join the National Barbecue and Grilling Association, host of Now That's Smokin' the Interview series. As the industry's heartbeat since 1991, we connect pitmasters and enthusiasts with needed resources, events, and community. Managed by Kel Phelps, your host of this series, membership unlocks insider tips and networking for any barbecue lover. Sign up at nbbqa.org and start fueling your passion today, because every grill deserves a champion running it. Now that's smoking.
Hey, here we go. Back from the break. Al Frugoni. Now That's Smokin' the Interview series. Al, glad to have you, man. And so let's talk about your movements and learning things. Let's talk about online, man. Let's talk about how you've figured out how to get this huge following, and what if there is one, a secret that keeps these guys watching what you got going on.
okay. Well, that was something that I never expected to do in my life, right? I was like not long ago, 5 years ago, before COVID, I was anti social media. I was those kind of guys that they ask you, are you on Facebook? I don't have that shit. I don't do that. I was one of those guys, and when COVID hit, and I started like all my businesses were shut down. Uh, and I started like, okay, and I had this idea and I was before COVID, I was already talking to this guy that builds the Fuegos grills, the big wagons.
Yes.
So I've been talking
Yep.
to them and to try to sell them here in the U.S. I thought it was like a good business, but and I always was very intrigued about how he built the business in Argentina. That it was through social media, through Instagram. So me being an entrepreneur, it was like very interesting how you can build a business out of a platform, right, with your phone.
Right.
So when COVID hit, I kind of like called this guy and I said, let's do it, right? Let's do it. Send me a few grills, and he kind of told me how to post. He gave me a few tips, and then my kids at that time, where they were like, Luca was probably 16, 15, and my daughter was 10, Sophia, and they helped me a lot on that technological part, right?
Oh yeah.
Because something people assume because you have millions of followers that you're good with technology, right? But it's not my case. Like I'm very bad at technology. So they helped me. It was like a family effort, right? And we were doing the cooks, and then I remember my daughter told me, "Dad, you should post on TikTok." And I was like, "What is TikTok?" Literally, I didn't know what it was, and it's like, let me open an account. And she opened the account, and that was the first platform that blew up, like right away.
Right.
uh, I think I was like a kind of lucky because I jumped in right, and on the best moment, just at the beginning of COVID. And I
Right.
guess my style, it wasn't like very common, right? Everybody else was doing briskets and stuff, and then I came in with these weird grills, right? And I think a lot of the my success on social media has to do with the grills, right? Because people sometimes they stay watching because of the grill, not because of me, right? I'm
Right.
not look at me. I'm not like like a appealing guy to watch. I'm not like TFTI, super cool tattoo guy, right? Muscles. So I had to admit that the grills had a lot of to do with that. And, at least keeping the people okay. Oh, what the hell is this grill, right? And then
Right.
and
Right.
then but at the beginning, I was doing kind of like Argentinian 100% styles. It was good, but it wasn't that good until I remember one time I did, the matambre, the pizza with the crust that I did. I think I did it
Yeah.
to you. So
Yeah.
I did like a Argentinian recipe, and it went good, but it not that good. But then one time, like a couple weeks after that, I did pork belly. That's a cut that
Oh yeah.
here, right? So
Oh
I
yeah.
trim it. I get the first layer of the pork belly, and instead of doing like olives and olive oil and oregano like Argentinian style, I did like a pepperoni pizza, sauce and cheese and that. So I kind of like Americanized
Yeah.
Argentinian recipe, and that video blew up. That was my first viral video. I had millions of views on that video. I gained like 100,000 followers, and then I
Cool.
click. I said, "This is what people want to see." They want to see. They are very intrigued on the technique on the grills, but they need to be familiar with what I'm cooking. So
Right.
that then is
Yeah.
when I started, and again, it was easy for me because I was already doing that. In my private life, I was already mixing.
Right.
Actually, the chimichurri mix it was invented, like five years before I start posting. So so
Right.
I think that then I understood. Okay, I need to keep doing this, and
Right.
that's what
Right.
I did. And I think I don't know this. There's no secrets. I think to answer your question, I think one is consistency. That's the only thing that everybody knows that works. Consistency, right? Because nobody has, not even the people that create the algorithm understand the algorithm. So the only thing you have to work on the things that are certain, right? And one of
I
those
agree.
is you have to be consistent. You have to
Yes.
post. Some people ask me, Al, give me a few advice. I want to start posting, and I was, but you're already committed. Are you ready to do it 2 years without seeing any results? Are you willing to do that? No, because a lot of people just try the post and then a month without posting, and then
Right.
so that's not gonna work. I call it the hamster wheel, okay, because the hamster wheel. Like you have to.
Yeah.
So all the
Yeah.
guys that are here, we are like hamsters on a hamster wheel. Like it's like that's kind of like probably the most annoying part about this, right? You have to keep putting content.
Yeah. So
Uh,
let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about when you talk about consistency. So you started just before COVID. How many videos you think you have out now total?
I don't know. I was let me check, okay? Because in Instagram they tell you how many posts you did, right?
That was okay. There we go. I do
Somewhere.
know this. I know, and it's probably because I'm into it and I keep a watch on these things. But um, I probably see your videos 20 times a day. I'm guessing, and they're different. I mean, every one of them's different. And when I say videos, sometimes they'll pop up as reels, sometimes they'll pop up as other
Yeah.
stuff. But man, when you say consistent, you have definitely
Yeah, we do
figured
a lot
that
of reposts, right? That to be honest, some videos
right.
that and I have people helping me, right? Not at the beginning, but as soon as I can
Right.
afford, and you met Trini, right? Trini,
Miss Trini, she is
she's awesome.
she's the
She's
boss
the heart.
lady.
She's
Yeah.
the heart and soul about my brand. But she organized all my content. She has all the content. So the videos that perform good, 6 months later, we post it again, and,
Right.
and
Right.
she does a great job. But yeah, but in my Instagram is already we are like in 1150 posts. So
That's
yeah, so
amazing, man. That's consistency.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
consistent.
again, it's sometimes it's kind of you're gonna burn out, but again, when you understand that it's like a
Right.
business and you have to do it, and actually I learned it the bad way, right? Like I remember right after COVID started, like kind of get everything back to normal, I remember I did a road trip to Montana, and I spent like 3 weeks without posting, and all my accounts went like boom. And
Oh wow.
it took me probably 6 months to a year to get back to the views that I used to have. So then I learned, oh shit, this is like, they punish you bad if you. But again, it's not about the views. When you have your views linked to your sales, to your business, to the opportunities, right? That's when it's not that you care because only views, right? Oh, I have more,
Yeah.
because all that you're building a business right
Right.
next to that, depending on that. So if that falls, everything falls, So it's like, so then I remember I talked to my wife and said, okay, shit, this is, now I understand. Are we committed to do this? Like, should we do
Right.
this? Should we go for it? And, but if we go in, we need to go all in. It's not
Right.
like a part-time job or like, something that
Right.
you do on the side, right? You have to be, if you want to go, if you want to play the big leagues, you have to go all in.
Right. I hear you. Well, man, I tell you what, that's some pretty good advice there,
Yeah.
for anybody wanting to get into it, because it is, I've been in it 30 years and we've had to change. I'm an old print guy, so exactly where I come from, right?
Yeah.
Old school. And so never thought I would be interviewing these guys who have been around and do this stuff and make a video of it. I'm always taking notes, writing a story about it. But this is it's adapt and overcome is part of it, no matter what happens. But being consistent, no matter what you do, or what field you're using, or what aspect you're trying to get out around, get your message across, change it up, do something different, but keep pegging away, keep chopping, no matter what you got happening. So.
Welcome to the world of barbecue mastery. With Maverick thermometers, you can elevate your grilling game to new heights. Whether you choose the BT600 remote Bluetooth thermometer for extended range or the reliable PT51 instant read thermometer, you're set for success. Don't forget to use checkout code NTS for a special bonus gift. Let's make your next cookout unforgettable with Maverick thermometers. Happy grilling.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
So, we'll talk about something kind of fun, I guess.
Right.
Maybe not fun, but what's your worst mishap, man, with the live fire? I mean, anywhere we go when we do events out with the public, oh my gosh, fire marshals freak out. People go crazy, oh no, they can't get that close to the grill. But let's talk about what is your worst mishap you've ever had, whether it be at home or on the road at a show doing something.
But what do you mean a mishap? Sorry, no hablo inglés. Like, no hablo inglés.
So mishap, so like a screw up.
Screw up?
You ever caught a hop on fire? Or I know you guys did a whole cow at the first meetup, and we'll talk a little bit about a meetup here in a minute. But
no, honestly, I don't think we did, because you saw us working. We are very, very, very careful on anything we do, and we are very like how you say it? How can I say it without talking good about me? But when we do events, we are very, very focused on what we do. We are like a very well-oiled machine. So
you're protective. I mean, you guys, as the pit master, you get in front of the grill, and as people come by and look,
exactly,
it looks like people interacting. But I've noticed enough that when somebody throws their hand up there, you're like, hey, that's a little too close. So it's twofold. You are interacting with people, but you're also protecting them, kind of keeping them off of the.
Yes, absolutely. And then and again, if we try everything we serve, so we never serve. We take a lot of pride on what we do. So we never serve. And I tell my crew all the time, right? And we don't do half-ass meat. If it's cold, we don't serve it, right? If we can save it, we save it. Chimichurri fix everything. But
Right.
if we can, we throw it away. But we're very perfectionist. We're very proud on what we do, and normally, if we fucked up, we wouldn't serve it, or people wouldn't notice, right? But
Right.
to to add to your story, to the question, I think one time when we just started doing private events, right after COVID, because that was a weird time in my life, because I had a lot of followers. I have over millions of followers. I was all over the place, but I was broke AF. Like,
Yeah.
not like, I think I told you in private. I was like bad. I remember friends and family calling me from Argentina. I'm so happy for your success, and I was like, like, bro. So we
Need
did,
some money.
dude. That was a weird time for sure in my life.
Right.
But then we start doing private events just to pay the bills, and we did a
Yep.
lot of that. And no matter how much they pay us, we used to grab the trucks, and then I started using Luca and the boys, right? And but the Luca and the boys, they were 15, 16, maybe 17, right? So
Right.
we used a trailer that we can put our hands on, right? And then I remember one of my friends, he borrowed me like those trailers with wood, with those wood in
Oh
the
yeah, the wood
floor,
flats. Yeah.
wood flats. Luca and his buddy, they load up a grill without taking the embers off, and then they were in the freeway, and the embers are falling, and with the wind of the freeway, the fucking trailer start like burning out. And somebody was honking on the freeway, and I said, "Dude, your thing is burning." So they had to pull on the side, and it didn't went. Nothing happened, like nothing serious, but it's funny. Like, imagine the trailer, and I was
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
were young
I've
guys,
seen it,
right? And,
man.
they were young guys. They didn't know better, right? They just want to leave the place, and they load up the grill full of embers and open fire grill in an open trailer. So that's not a.
Yeah.
You look like 4th of July,
Big
right?
Yeah. Make sure do not use an open trailer and an open fire. Get it
Yeah,
out. But,
yeah.
yeah, we've seen that before, man. We've seen it in exhaust stacks in the pits, and going down the road where the air comes in the exhaust stack and it's blowing coals out the firebox going down the road like a big fire starter. But yeah, so well, listen, if that's the worst mistake, man, you guys are doing good. Then as many fires as y'all started over the years. Like I said, the first brisket I ever cooked, I burned it so bad my dog wouldn't. It's sitting in his dog pen for 3 days, and finally I went through it in the trash. But
Yeah, well, I messed up a lot of cooks too, but the question was in an event, right? Like
yeah, right. Yeah, I
public,
got
right? In
you.
public, no, but yeah, personally, yeah, of course, we messed up. So that day that you said, that first meetup that we cooked the whole steer, I was cooking a whole steer for the first time, and we already sold 500 tickets, and then I had to cook that steer, and that I think I didn't sleep for 3 nights before that. I was having nightmares that I was walking up the cow in front of 500 people and 50 influencers and the local TV.
All
And it
right.
was like, I was very nervous. I was like, it was a 500-pound steer, and I was like freaking out, but we nailed it. That was one of my
Yeah,
biggest
absolutely.
satisfactions that I have in my entire career. When that
That
morning,
is
when I
cool.
knew that steer was cooked.
Yes, that was awesome, man. And seeing, so let's just back up. Let's talk a little
Yeah.
bit about the meetup, man. You guys have the meetup coming now in November. So that thing has grown. So
Yeah.
for anybody who doesn't know, Al host an event October, November there in Texas. It's called the Open Fire Meetup. He brings in the who's who of media influencers, live fire guys, and it doesn't matter, man. He's got a
Competition guys. Not last year they start coming. The competition guys start coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that event, man. How's it grown? It's there in Hondo, Texas, I think.
Hondo, Texas in November is gonna be the Texas Open Fire Meetup. This is gonna be the official 4th year, but the first year, like that would be 5. It was just a meetup of people. That's how it started, right? It was right
Right.
after the COVID 2021. It was just 20 of us influencers, like from all across the country, that we got together, like just to cook and grill and share our passion and teach about open fire. At that time, it wasn't a lot of guys doing open fire. It was me, Big Habs, and everybody else came, and we introduced them to open fire, and I remember we took the internet by storm, right? Because it was the first time, like at the time we were like, Tone, TFTI, Mel, Misty, Banquero, a lot of the guys that they were like big accounts. So we created like a lot of noise on social media, and that was great. And then following year is when I cooked the first year, and we opened to public, and we do a charity. And since then it started growing and growing, more people coming, more brands joining, and today is I believe is the largest barbecue influencer slash celebrity get together in the country and probably the world. Last year we had 130 content creators, barbecue competition people, guys like Taffy Stone, Mark Lambert, Craig Carter, and all the influencers that you can imagine. And the event has the same philosophy that the first year. It's a place where we all get together, we all share our passion, our love for barbecue. It's a cool 3 days of, like, again, sharing, having fun, partying, drinking, smoking cigars. Whoever wants to cook. The big competition guys are now judging the influencers that are competing. It's a great vibe. It's a great 3 days. It's 3 days. It's 2 days. It's the first Thursday and Friday is invite only. It's just like a private event. Everybody coming. On Saturday is open to public, and we do like a competition. Like we divide everybody, whoever wants. We divide into teams, and they compete for people's choice and judges' choice. That the final round of judges last year was Jess Prowse from Hardcore Carnivore, Mark Lambert, and Taffy Stone. So
wow.
We have Bill Purvis. We have a lot of and this year Malcolm Reed already confirmed. Mark is coming back. Craig Carter, Boar's Night Out.
Okay.
Hate Riles is coming.
Competition guys. All right, man.
Al Frugoni is coming. No.
Yeah. You know what, man? I hate that. I told you early on, man. I'm so jealous when I see these things.
I know.
And can't make it, but
last year you can't make it either. But I'm good. I have everything right down.
He's got it wrote down for me, man. I appreciate that for sure. But so if you're into live fire and you want to learn more about it, man, I'm telling you, that is the place. Yeah. That is the one place. If you don't make any other event, that would be the one event to make sure you make and attend, and check these guys out for sure. So it's a good time. And this year, if we are lucky enough, we're gonna have they already said yes, but I hope they confirm. But I want some of the Central Texas barbecue places like Burn Bean, that is Ernest. Yeah.
He told me he's coming before he became number one. So I don't know if he's. I'm sure they're very busy, mainly on the weekends. But he said he's coming. Grant Pinkerton and Tom Bates from Interstellar. I'm hoping they come at least one day and they can do like a talk or something, because that's the only leg of barbecue that is missing, right? We have the influencer, we have the brands, we have the competition guys, and the last leg of the barbecue world is the restaurateurs. So if I can combine all that, that would be a very good goal to accomplish, and everybody comes to
man. We'll try to make that happen for sure. And like always, man, we'll help you any way we can. But that's a phenomenal event. And I can't wait to get there. But I'm jealous every year at the content that's created out of that thing last.
The content, the networking. Again, it's like a lot of organic relationships happen there, like deals or people meeting people, sponsors meeting sponsors, influencer meetings. It's the networking is amazing. The content creation is out of this world. You saw that we're still cooking the whole cow. We're still cooking whole pigs, cabritos. The male cooked iguanas last year. So some
Good,
guy
man.
brought. They didn't cook it there, but some guy brought a black bear from Montana. We cooked like some.
Yeah.
We did some tacos.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's and again, and people, if you want to smoke, you can smoke, right? It's the name was Open Fire because that's how we started. But
Right.
again, people, it's a place. My vision, right, and what I'm gonna create is a place that you show who you are, show your products, show your skills, right? It's a place to do that, to show what you are. So if you like to cook in a pellet grill, cook in a pellet grill. You know what I mean? If you like to cook in open fire, cook in open fire. We are all there because we love barbecue. So if you know, and again, and if you're from other country, last year we have 18 different countries coming. We have Australia, South Africa, all over Latin America. Well, of course, Canada. We can't get rid of the guy, Mel, but he's always coming. But yeah, England and Germany. Like we have people from Spain. It was amazing.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to step away. We'll be right back. But now that's smoking.
Welcome to futureofq.com, the home of the next generation of barbecue and grilling legends. From young pitmasters to up-and-coming flavor creators, this is where passion meets smoke. Check out the free issues with videos, stories, competitions, and gear that fuel the fire for tomorrow's rising stars. Join the movement now and celebrate the future of Q. Visit futureofq.com today.
All righty, here we are back from the break real quick. Like Al Frugoni hanging out with us.
Frugoni.
Frugoni. I said, what? What? That's
Frugoni.
Not the catchphrase, man. What's your catchphrase?
Vamos.
Vamos. That's it. Let's go. All right. So Al, man, you've been a part of a lot of different events. We just got done talking about the event that you do. Of all the events that you do, what is your favorite? Is it necessarily doing the private events where you kind of teach people, or is it the public events where you actually get to feed people?
That's a really good question. I think I love hanging out with my crew and cooking and do what we do, right? I think what we do when we all get together is not easy to do, and I don't know how many people or crews. I'm sure that there is, but I mean, I don't know how many people can do what we do, right? And you saw us in action several times, and it's like that makes me very proud, honestly. That gives me a lot of joy to do it because I'm with my family and my close friends, and we put together not only a show, if not like a food, like so. That's hard work, and it's a very intense physical challenge, right? Mainly when you're 50 like me. But I love to do that. I love to do that because I get to see my friends. I get to, I don't know, it's like a nice accomplishment, right? Even it's very stressful during the process, before, after, right? No, after no, but I mean before, and every day when we start, it's always problems, right? But at the end of the day, it makes you like, that's a nice feeling, right? Private events probably is the least that I like. Actually, I'm not doing it more.
Okay.
I
got you.
I don't know. It's okay, but I like cooking for people, but it's like kind of like I don't think I don't. I did it when I needed the money, and I don't do it anymore.
I hear you.
Sometimes, right?
Right.
My
so
dad.
Let's talk about your crew, man. When you've got your crew with you, I mean your family. You got Luca, Sophia.
Yeah, but I got one more about the other question. One more that I really love to do, and it probably is the most that I love, is the classes. I like that.
Okay.
I like to do open fire classes with people that already know how to cook. That
Okay.
happened
Yeah.
to me in
Yeah.
the UK like a few months ago when I was in the UK. We did two master classes, sold out, 25 people each day, and the
Yeah.
people there, I asked, hey, who already knows or owns an open fire grill? I like 90% of the key people there. So I love to do that. That's my favorite part because we get into the details of the and we kind of I like that. The classes are the best.
I got you, man. And that's, you know, anytime you can share, network, teach, whatever you want to call
Yes,
it, man. Um, for me, as an old guy, you're keeping that flame going for the next generation. So,
very
um,
true.
things aren't, and knowing how much you've learned since you started, imagine somebody
Yeah,
who started out at like 14, 15 and gets into it really hard. I think
yeah.
about, oh my gosh, Ray Barker. I mean, she's 12 years old, 13 years old now. She's been doing this since she was
Yeah.
5 or 6 years old. Imagine when she gets to our age.
She'll
Um,
be a boss. She's already,
she's
yeah, no,
already close. I
yeah,
mean,
she's already there. Yeah,
the
no, I remember actually Misty's husband once told me um how let me see, let me remember. He said like the the time that that I enjoy most my knowledge is when I share it. So
yes,
I think that's
yes.
so true. I like that saying. It's probably not his, but he told me to. So I always remember. It's a pretty good.
I agree, man. That's and there's a lot of barbecue guys that have that same philosophy, and that's kind of what makes the barbecue world a little different. Um,
Yeah, I
used
agree.
to, you know, it was all a big secret. People didn't share what they eat, and I never believed that because I was always around a bunch of sharers. People would help you any way they could, and for me, that's what keeps the fire going for sure. So, um, so let's talk about what's next, my man. What's next? Coming next from Al Frugoni? What are you guys working on? I
Well,
know you guys are always working on content and products. I mean, your chimichurri
yeah,
is flying off shelves now, right?
yeah, I'm very excited about the products. We had a meeting last week with Walmart. We presented the product there. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know the outcome, what's gonna happen, but honestly, just being there made me so happy because I'm proud because honestly, like I told you, 4 years ago, I was absolutely broke and making that mix in the kitchen of my house. And we were using the mask because we were like sneezing of all the spices and doing that. And I
Right.
couldn't. I remember I couldn't afford the printer for the labels, right? That you put when you ship. I couldn't afford that. Like I was waiting for Shopify to get more money, for the sales that I did online to buy a printer. Uh, and remembering that, and then like 3 years later, being in front of Walmart, the biggest retailer in the world. Like again, I
Right.
don't know if they're gonna buy or not, but just being there made like it's
That's
like
amazing, my
yeah,
friend.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a lot of work and effort we did on the family
Oh
and
yeah.
hard work and
Well,
resilience.
those are the beginnings, though, man. When you go
Yeah,
through those things, those growing pains that hurt the worst,
yeah,
uh, it helps you not only stay humble, but it helps you stay consistent. What we talked
yeah,
about with social media, whatever,
absolutely.
um,
Yeah,
so that it doesn't fall off. But um,
yeah.
so you said you
Yeah,
don't do private cooks anymore. So you
no,
looking at doing more festivals or more content? What more classes maybe?
I so I have a dream, a vision that I want to have my own place, like a studio, like a place that is. It would be like a studio to shoot content, but also it's gonna be a venue to do classes, and also it's gonna be like a mini shop to to store my products to ship them from there, right? I wanted to be here in Texas, and people can fly and have classes. And let's say I have some people coming to visit me, and we can do a class, right? Let's say Taffy
Yeah.
Stone coming, and he can stay at the place, and we do a class, right? And make it like a very nice place that is gonna be for content. Let's say private events, right? Like I'm like a company, the companies that I work with. All right, let's do a private event there, like 100 people, and we cook for 100 people, some menu, and it's not a restaurant, but it's I can cook for people that I love. I can shoot my content, and I can make the classes, right? And that's a goal that I have. I need to
When you
say.
get this built, you got to call me. I mean, I'll be.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, no. You'll know for sure when it was
I'll
happening. But
put my,
again, I need to save more money and be able to do it, because it's a place that you can find a place like that, right? So you have to rebuild it from scratch. So, but it's coming. It's gonna be. That's my dream. And you know what the name is gonna be? The Open Fire Academy.
Open Fire Academy.
Like it?
You better get that one trademarked now, dude.
I did. So don't think about it. I already have it. So, yeah. So that's gonna like one of my next goals to make. But in the short term, I think I'm gonna focus on content. I started a year ago. We started with long form content on YouTube. I'm really enjoying that too. Like, give me it's very fun to do it, and I love to watch it. I love YouTube because YouTube, compared with the other platforms, it gives you the opportunity to educate more, right? That's what I like to do, to talk more about why don't you check the membrane on the pork ribs, right?
Right.
Because open fire is different than smoking. That's why. And then you get a chance, right, to explain to all these haters that you didn't remove the fork, the silver skin. No, what I meant, the membrane. No, you idiot! It's open fire. You need the membrane.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm joking.
I just remember. I remember my favorite story about that is these guys. We used to go to rib cook-offs or what they call rib burn-offs. And it'd be like 40 guys. They do it in Reno. And there's 150 teams cooking ribs, but they never removed the membrane because they would do it right over fire. That was the last thing they did, and the fire took care of it, burned it all, protected the meat, whatever. But exactly. Those guys, oh no, take the membrane off. Oh.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have a smoke ring. Yes, because I didn't smoke it.
Exactly.
No, but no. Well, those are kind of like the events. Honestly, it's like I want to do like a couple a year, a couple of big ones, and again, if we have the place that we can cook and get together with my team, that's probably more than enough that we need, right? It's like
right.
But what I like about events too is that they help your brand, right? Because cooking in all these places like Smoke Slam and World Food Championship also is part of the building your brand, right? Like,
anytime you stay in front of people, absolutely, man.
And in the barbecue community as well, right? It's like, okay, this guy can cook, right? It's not just a pretty face, like pretty face.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? It's it's like we can do content, we can cook for people, we can feed large crowds. We have good products. It's kind of like the whole brand is not just social media. It's a big universe, right? Like Trini said, the universe.
That's it. Awesome, my man. Well, Al Frugoni, appreciate you sitting down with us, man, telling us a little more about the live fire king or whatever you want to call it, man. But can't wait, man.
I'm just one more, man. I'm just one more trying to share our passion.
Listen, man, you're doing a heck of a job, and so keep the fire going, man. But golly, brother, can't wait to see what's next. But like always, if we can help you anytime, anyway, man, you let us know for sure, brother.
Hey, Kel, you know how much I appreciate you and Janet. You gave me a great opportunity. You know what I'm talking about, and you always give me the place to shine, and I always appreciate that from you. I think you're a good friend, and of course, anytime you need me, I'll be here, man.
Well, you got it, man. We honor and call you a friend for sure, my friend. And with that, we're going to jump out of here, man. You take care of yourself. Big hugs to the family, and tell everybody we said hello for sure.
All right, same over there, man.
All
Ciao.
right, my friend.
Vamos.
Yes, sir. Vamos. Hey, with that, guys, we're going to jump out of here. Till next time, you keep it smoking, okay? Thanks for joining me, Kel Phelps, on this journey with Now That's Smoking interview series. A big thank you to our amazing guests and to you for listening and checking us out. Share your thoughts or questions with hashtag Now That's Smoking. Subscribe now for more barbecue tales coming, and catch us next time for another deep dive into the heart and soul of everything barbecue and grilling. Until then, keep it smoking.